Hi, I have a ezgo golf cart with a small cyl.robin engine and it has no spark after a rebuild. We changed the igniter, magnetic pickup, ignition coil, spark plugs, recheck the timimg, yet same problem. At the first rotation of the engine there is a weak spark, then none. The only thing we haven't changed is the flywheel, which got a little damaged while removing it from the engine. There are dents on the surface where the pickup makes contact. Can this be the problem?
Welcome to Just Answer Small Engines. Let me try to help you. What year model is the cart? Most of the ezgos use two switches at the foot pedal control. One is the starting switch, the other is the stop switch that cuts off the unit when pedal is let off of. If the stop switch is not opening, you will not get spark. The switch is located under the driver's side mat. Is this the original engine in the cart? Let me know. Thank you.
Hi, I think my cart is a 2003 model. It has an old-style 295cc engine, and yes, it is the original engine. Also, it only has one switch by the foot pedal. It only sparks on the first revolution of the engine, but as the engine continues to rotate it doesn't spark anymore.
The unit has an oil pressure switch on the top of the motor. If it doesn't open when cranking, it grounds out the spark. Have you checked it? Here is link to engine manual. It is shown on page D13. http://products.jacobson.com/im/manual/27615G01.pdf.
That switch has not been in use for years. It is disconnected from anything. Even before I got the cart, the wire only half's there.
The wire needs to be checked. If it is grounded anywhere, it will kill the spark.
Should I reconnect it? If so, where do I connect it to?
No, just follow it and be sure it is not grounded. If it is not connected at the center, remove the wire entirely.
Do you think the damaged flywheel that the pulsar coil makes contact with can be causing the problem? The machine shop guys didn't use a puller to extract it, they beat it from behind, causing dents in the surface.
No, the flywheel would be okay. The magnet just has to pass by the pulsar to trigger the ignition. It seems to be working, as you have spark at first. As long as the magnet is not broken. There is something grounding out the ignition, something to do with the kill switch, could be a wire touching another terminal of the foot pedal switch or just a wire grounded somewhere.
The magnet you're referring to, is it the fan hub or the pulsar coil itself? The only part that has a magnetic field is the contact point of the pulsar coil itself. The flywheel that passes by it is not a magnet. There are only 4 wires going to this engine, 2 for the pulsar coil, and 2 for the ignition coil. No other wires are near or are making contact with the engine.
Where is the kill wire that works when the pedal is left off of? You are right about the magnet. I have been working on too many mowers today.
At the pedal there is a micro switch with 2 wires and it's functioning okay. I disconnected it and the engine wouldn't turn over. There are no other wires by the pedal. I am not sure about the roking principle of the pulsar and flywheel on this engine, but are you sure that a damaged flywheel would not cause the pulsar to have a faulty reading? Because the pulsar is supposed to be 0.20 away from the flywheel, but with the dents on the surface that clearance will decrease and increase randomly during rotation.
I don't think the dented surface will cause this. After looking at the diagram again, could the igniter not be grounded to the frame? The black wire next to the red wire shows to ground to the frame. When you rebuilt unit, did you get all the ground cables back on the unit?
Yes, the wire ground to the frame comes from the battery and splits between the frame and the starter/generator. The ign. Coil has two wires, a red and a white. The white supplies the coil with power from the main solenoid, and the red goes directly into the igniter. The two wires from the pulsar also go directly into the igniter. The igniter has an orange wire that takes a power supply from the solenoid, and a black wire that grounds to th unit, and that is it for the wiring for this cart. Yesterday we did put a timing light on the engine, and it seems that when it was sparking it was all over the place. The spark does not always occur at the timing mark, but even when it reaches the dents, bear in mind the engine timing is dead on.
Your original comment says, where the pickup makes contact, it is not making physical contact, is it? It should be close, but not touching.
Yes, I know, but wouldn't the dents in the surface increase and decrease that distance randomly as the engine rotates, and therefore cause a faulty reading? There are 4 items in this ignition circuit: flywheel, pulsar pickup, ignition coil, and igniter. Power flow to the coil and igniter is okay. Pickup relays a signal to the igniter, which then signals the coil for a spark. Am I correct? So if spark is erratic and weak, and all other parts have been replaced with new ones, wouldn't that mean that the pickup is not sending a proper signal to the igniter? And through a process of elimination, wouldn't that mean that the only remaining item, flywheel, is where the fault is?
By the process of elimination, that would only leave the flywheel. So you are saying that the spark doesn't quit, it is just erratic? That would make a better case for the flywheel being problem.
It is both erratic and also quits. I am baffled. The ground to the motor is connected, the coil is getting power and is new, so is the plugs, igniter and pulsar.
It makes no sense to me. You have as good a grasp on this as me. I will opt out and see if anyone else has had this problem. Please don't respond to this, as it will lock the question. Let's be patient and see if someone else can add anything. Sorry.
Don't know where else to look.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.